If you don't see yourself as a winner, you won't perform as a winner. That is what we are talking about today. So grab your cup of coffee, grab your tea, protein shake, water, your favorite drink, and join us because we're about to get started. Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee Chat with Danny. This is episode number 55. And we are doing a quote of the week. And Coffee Chat is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on the Facebook page, Danny Muniz Consulting, bringing you tips, tools, and inspiration to help you become the empowered lady boss that you were born to be. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Danny. I develop business skills in female entrepreneurs so that they can take their business to the next level by incorporating time management, leadership, and communication. A little TLC for you. So, how's everyone doing today? It is Monday. It is the start of a new week, which is one of my favorite things. And it's time to think about what it is we're going to accomplish this week, right? So, as I was thinking about this broadcast, I thought, you know what? A motivational quote is a great thing. I love them. However, I wanted to take a little bit and kind of talk about this because I think this is something we all need in our lives, but we don't always think of it. And we don't always hear it. And so I want to remind you, if you haven't been reminded, I want to remind you today. So I'm going to invite you to do one thing right now, and that is to share this out with a friend, share this out with your community, share this on your page, let people know about this because this is something a lot of us need to hear and we don't get to hear it enough. So go ahead and take a second to do that. I'm going to drink a sip of my coffee and I'll be right with you. All right, so as I mentioned at the very top, if you don't see yourself as a winner, you're not going to perform as a winner. And what that has a lot to do with, to be completely honest, is your self-image. It's how you think and feel about yourself. What do you see? What do you think? What do you feel? If you are not thinking or feeling as if you're a winner, as if you've won, as if you've succeeded, well then it's going to be really hard for you to do that. And let me tell you why. You can only go as far as your self-image. You can only go as far as you see yourself. So if you see yourself only making or only having 4-figure months, then that's what you're going to have. 4-figure months. If you can see yourself as having 5-figure months, then you can have 5-figure months. Hey, Kristen, if you can see yourself having 6 figures a month, you can have 6 figures a month. The problem that we all tend to do and get caught up in is that we think of these ideas, but we don't see ourselves there. That oftentimes is our problem. I struggled with this for a very, very, very long time, right? I was saying like, yeah, I want this. I want to do this and I want to be this. But I never saw myself actually doing it. I never felt as if I could do it. I just had the idea. But once I shifted into, I can do this, first off, I started to believe that I really could do it. And then I actually felt into it. I saw myself doing it. I felt being in that presence, being around. Like I used to get really nervous about going into like boutiques that are a little bit more high end. I want to say like their clothing is a little bit more high end. I wouldn't step into those stores. I wouldn't even step into like your department stores. I didn't always feel worthy of stepping into some department stores because I thought that clothing was like for those rich people, right? Those are for those professional ladies, right? So I'm going to go to like the cheaper stores. I'm going to go to like the little stores that have cute stuff, but it's like, under $20 because I didn't value clothing. I didn't value myself. I was thinking that I'm playing here. I'm at this level. And I know, it's funny. We went on a trip to New York a couple of years ago, and we stood in Manhattan, and we stood at this really nice hotel. And we, at first, were so awkward. It was so awkward. It was like we kept wanting to leave the hotel. Well, hello, New York is great. But we kept wanting to leave because we felt like we weren't worthy of that. Like we were used to staying in Days Inn. We were used to the smaller chains that didn't have all these luxury items. And so we didn't feel really worthy of it. It was like, why spend money on that? Why do, it was kind of like that thinking. And when we were there, we realized like, wow, we're not feeling worthy of being here. And that goes for everything. I mentioned clothes. I mentioned hotels. I'm not saying you have to spend a lot of money. Believe me, there's ways to get really good deals. But the idea is that you're not feeling worthy of being there, that you're not feeling like you should be there. Like it's just, you're not comfortable there. And so we slowly have started to, go to these different places and, maybe spend a little bit of money to do so, and to feel like this is where we should be. These are the environments that we should be in because we're worthy of that. We are. And once we started to see that, things shifted for us. We started approaching things different. I started approaching things differently in my business, right? It's the same idea, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your business. How you see yourself is how far you will go. So if you want to go big, if you want to succeed, if you want all the things that you're thinking of, right, that are kind of like, yeah, I can do that, right? Like that like kind of sorta, I think I can do it kind of idea. If you have those thoughts or ideas, start switching your mindset. Start switching your self-image. How do you see yourself, right? This weekend we were talking, we went for a walk around our block and then to the park, and we were talking about being healthy, right, and losing weight. And sometimes it's really hard to make those types of changes when you're so used to eating or doing things in a certain way. And we were talking about our future selves. So I don't remember where I heard this, and I wish I knew so I could tell you, but what I heard was, when you are struggling to make a decision or when you want to make a change, right? And this goes for the self-image. When you want to make that change, so for our instance, we were talking about being healthier, right? We ask our future self what we want. So if I'm going to make a decision, let's say, for example, about something that I'm going to eat, I'm going to ask my future self, should I eat this or should I eat this? Right? My future self, if I think of it from that way, my future self already got over all the drama, right? It already knows what to do. It already knows how to act. It already knows what to choose. My future self knows that. Danny, right now, might not know that because I can't get past myself. But future self already did that. So if I ask future Danny, should I eat this? Future Danny, I can change my perspective on how I'm looking at that. Tap into future Danny and say, no, don't eat that. You're not going to feel good eating that. It's not going to help you. It's not going to fuel your body. Don't eat that. We don't make those choices anymore. We make this choice. Future Danny knows that. Although I know that, but my present Danny, this is a hard concept. This is hard for me to explain to my love. And then once it kind of clicked for us, we're like, oh my goodness, right? It's an interesting way to view things. And so if you are struggling in an area, if you're struggling to see yourself as a winner, talk to your future winner. Talk to your future self. Ask your future self. That's my tip for you today. Ask your future self. What would they do? right? We know WWJD, and there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, like your mentor or your guide or somebody that you admire quite a bit. Why not admire your future self? So why don't you ask yourself, what would future Kristen do? What would future Danny do? Right? What would future Nargis do? What would future Jill do? Right? What would you guys do? What would that future you do? That's what you go by. That's what you do. See yourself there. See yourself as a winner. Because as Les Brown says, you have greatness inside you. You know what it is, Preacher? It's Preacher Monday, Kristen. You are exactly right. It is so Preacher Monday right now. Don't often get preacher-ish, but it totally is feeling like Preacher moment right now. But you have greatness inside of you. You absolutely do. And it is waiting to come out. Let it out. That is it. Let it out today, okay? See your future self. Ask your future self if you're struggling. Ask your future self. What'd you say? I asked myself, is this honoring my spirit? Ooh, I love that too. That's a really good one too, because it's a very similar concept, but absolutely, I love that. That's beautiful, Kristen. Honoring your spirit, always. I love that. All right, I think that is it for us today. And yes, always making you help. It helps you make a different decision than sometimes you can make. Like sometimes you get so caught up in all the craziness or the beliefs and the thoughts, and it's hard to step away from it. And so when you put it on something else, whether it's honoring your spirit, whether it's your future self, whether it's somebody that you admire, right? It's the same idea. That entity, that feeling, that can tell you better than you can tell yourself. It's a very interesting concept. All right, so if you have not joined us, if you would like more tips like this, if you would like to join a community of passionate and determined female entrepreneurs, come join us in the Empowered Women Achieving Success. We are over there doing a shift this month. It's a mindset challenge, #TheShift30. Every day there's a prompt for you to help you shift little things just like this every single day so that you can make a shift this month, right? Doesn't have to be big, but it could be. So come join us. I'll put the link down below in the comments for you. We would love to have you join us. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll be back on Wednesday for another Coffee Chat with Danny, episode 56. All right. Have a good one, Kristen. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. Bye.